Hello, everyone. Can I get everyone's attention real quick, please? We're just gonna take an extra 2 or 3 minutes just because of the weather. There are a number of individuals who are not here as yet. So we're gonna take 2 more minutes and then we'll start after that. All right? Thank you.
Hello, hello. How's everyone doing? Good, good. My name is Charles Nanayao Kwarteng Bekai, and I am the Program and Events Coordinator for the Northern Ontario Black Economic Program. We are honored, absolutely honored and privileged to have all of you here, taking the time out of your busy schedules to grace us with your wonderful, wonderful presence. Without further ado, I would like to introduce the president of the Afro-Heritage Association of Sudbury, Chantae Robinson, to open us up. Can we give a round of applause, please? Thanks.
Well, hello, everyone. I hope everyone's dry, except for you, Will, and Jamie. Again, thank you so much, everyone, for coming here. Thank you, Charles, for the welcome and for the opening. My name is Chantae. I'm the president of the Afro-Heritage Association of Sudbury. And the NOBEEP team gave me a time limit as to how long I can be up here, because for those who know me very well, I'll probably be up here for like an hour talking off. So I'm going to stick to the time, and what I would like to do is basically just set the tone of today to let you understand why we are here today. The purpose of this meeting is to launch the Northern Ontario Black Economic Empowerment Program. So it stands for NOBEEP for short, and basically it is Northern Ontario's first Black-centric economic development program. So today is a wonderful day for Northern Ontario, basically. It's a day where we'll see more support, more resources, and more networking available to increase the number of Black-owned businesses across the region. And the purpose and the strength in that is because if you've noticed, there's a change in demographics that has been happening over the past few years. And with that, we need to update and provide some support for our entrepreneurs to be able to grow and scale up their businesses. But also, we want to help those who want to start up businesses. Let's say that you have an idea, but you're not sure where to begin. This is where NOBEEP will come in to provide the necessary support and mentorship that is needed to get you off the ground. So, without further ado, I would like to just thank my team, the board of Afro-Heritage, for giving the leadership and the governance for this program. So thank you to the Afro-Heritage board. I'd also like to thank my co-founder and the interim executive director, Charles Nyabeze, for his expertise. And of course, the wonderful NOBEEP team, Charles, Gina, and Maimouna, for whom is going to be working diligently for the next few years to be helping at least 70 Black-owned businesses get off the ground and to scale up and to grow. So this is a great day, in spite of the rain. And you know what, let's look at the rain as a symbol of what this program will be, right? Showers of blessings, right? Showers of blessings, yes. So thank you very much. And just so you know, there are refreshments at the end over there. So when we are finished today, we can get into that. But I won't go into too much logistics of what NOBEEP is because I'll leave that for our executive director, who will tell you how NOBEEP is going to run and what are the logistics of it. But I just wanted to welcome everyone and to say thank you very much.
Thank you, Madam President, for that wonderful introduction. Next up, we would like to have the elder Will Morin give us a bit of a speech, if you will, on togetherness, commitment, and the likes. A round of applause, please.
I'm not as tall as Charles or Madam President. I am Will, those that don't know who I am. I'm a educator and an Anishinaabe artist here in Northern Ontario, and I've been honored to be here, but more importantly, blessed to have had Gina in my class. Where'd you go? She's hiding back there. There you are. Gina was in my class several years ago, and as a professor of Indigenous Studies up at the University of Sudbury, that's one of the joys of what it is that I taught, was because I would get a chance to learn and engage with other people. So as we acknowledge that where we are in Northern Ontario, specifically on land that is the Anishinaabe land of the Iti-Oriaki, and how important it is that we recognize Apish Mampi Gigodo Anishinaabe. Okay, did anybody know what I just asked? I said, who here speaks Ojibwe? Yeah, that's awesome. And I asked that in the language because how important it is that we recognize we are not in Africa, we are not in Asia or Europe, but we're in land that has people that have been here for thousands of years. In the community that my grandparents come from near Wawa, Ontario, that there's evidence of continued settlement going back over 7,000 years. And the systems that we have, the governing structure that you have is less than a few hundred years old. So we need to understand the systems that are in play within the land that we are here. And one of the words that we have in the Ojibwe language is mamwe, which means together. And when we welcome people into our territory, as did Indigenous peoples throughout North America, welcoming those settlers that came in and then subsequent generations of others that come in and settled, there was always a welcoming. In our language, in Ojibwe, the word that we would say for welcome, you can see it on the sign at the School of Architecture just on the corner, just outside the door here. And it's, we'd say anin as a greeting, but the word for coming in or welcome is bindagan. Everyone say bindagan. Okay, I'll be testing you later on your Ojibwe lessons. So, my name is Will. My spirit name is North Facing Wolf. Giwed no one knows what Mangandas. And the community that I come from is Michipicoten, Michipagwaddananganojaba. I am of the Wolf clan, Maingandodam. And those help me ground me into the land and the territory, the geography that we're in. And the word that we welcome people in on, being degen, has two parts. That beh, as Madam President said about that drenching of water that we had just gotten. Beh is the word for water, or nbeh. And when we recognize that all life begins with water, because in the word for life is bemadzwin, begins with beh, which is water. The language that I'm sharing in the Anishinaabem language of the Anishinaabeg people in this territory goes back over 20 to 30,000 years. So it's an ancient language of the land that we are on. And how water is that source of life. When a baby is born, it's that water that tells us that life is coming. And the word for baby in Ojibwe is binoji. And it's that spirit that has their path, that path that water has made. And that's what that water is doing. It's creating that path. And in the north, the water that we have, or the roads that we have, Sudbury is in Swakamuk. And Sweh means three. And it's where those three roads meet. And what are those roads? It was the roads that we used with canoes that would link us together. And so the different tribal groups or community groups would link together with those rivers. And when Europeans came and they saw the opportunity for resource, they used those rivers as ways of getting around. And they would name things. But many of these names were of people. But in our language, it would describe, the name would describe. Sudbury means, in Ojibwe and Swakamuk, is where the three roads meet. Not a person, but a place of coming together. And it's that coming together, mamweh, that we celebrate. Because when you invite someone into your home, we don't put our feet up on the couch. We leave our shoes at the door and we come in with the respect that we're in someone else's space. So that beh, be and beh is that coming, to come. Put your finger on your belly button, unless you've been hatched. Okay, so if you've got a belly button, I want you to say ndis. And so the location of it is in dising, so that's your belly button. That tells me you came from somewhere, your mother. And when you were inside your mother, you were bathing in water. And that the earth is our mother. And when we come into another people's home, you're entering into their mother, their connection to their mother. And so that umbilical cord, that di in that word, in dising, is the word that refers to mutual benefit. The word for love in Ojibwe is zaga de win, zaga de win. Love, you can love your truck, but it's not going to love you back. When it's love, when it's true love, it's mutual. The same with respect, which is minon den de moin. It means that with respect, if it's true respect, it's mutual. And when you welcome someone into your home, you say, bin de gan. It means that you come so that we both benefit. And as we see these new businesses opening up, you will be welcoming people into your business. But I encourage you to recognize that when you are doing so, you are also in someone else's home, on someone else's territory. And when we become conscious of that and we show respect for that, it will be returned as well. And you will succeed as well. It's when it's selfish, when it's isolated, when it's singularity, and it's just for profit, and doesn't take into consideration community, it won't last. As a community artist, but I also have a business. I started up a business about 20 years ago as a cultural consultant, but also as a professional artist and a workshop presenter and a storyteller. And I did this not to become rich. Anybody an artist out there know what I'm talking about? Okay. So, but the key here is it's about building community. And that's where Gina and I had spoken when we visited back in the spring, and she was sharing with me about what is it that she wanted to do. She had learned so much about Indigenous culture. And she wanted to know what she could do within her community. And it was that word, simple, community, building community. Then do it. Just get out and do it. And this being here was a request of her to come and share that message about community. That Canada is not one culture. It's a mixture of many cultures, values, and traditions. But those cultures are in someone's home. And that culture, the indigenous culture, the Anishinaabe culture, is one of welcoming. Because our symbols that we have, one of those that may not be on the tip of people's minds or tongues, is that of the medicine wheel. It's a circle divided into 4 quadrants. Those 4 quadrants are yellow, red, black, and white. And they represent the seasons. They represent the directions. It represents the stages in life. Those that are in the spring of their life, that's in the east. Those that are in the adolescence of their life, that's summer in the south. Those that are the adults are in their west. But those of us that have a bit of snow on the roof are in the winter of our life. But not all old people are elders. I'm just an older, I'm not an elder. So I've had to tell the School of Architecture, don't call me an elder. I have elders, I'm not an elder. But it's not my place to define me as an elder. It is the community. To find within your community, your elders will ground you in the importance of community. And so the work that I do within the community is about being reminded of where I am and in whose land I am on and why I do what I do. And if it's to build community and connect with others, then the community will thrive, I will thrive. I didn't say get rich, but there's different kinds of richness. And the relationships and the friendships that we create, the bonds that we form, and the community that we build as a whole is founded on those basic teachings. Because that medicine wheel that I spoke about, of those 4 colors, it came with a prophecy. That North America is called Turtle Island. And that over 5,000 years ago, this prophecy said all those 4 colors of humankind will come to live here on Turtle Island. And so before Europeans knew the diversity today, our Anishinaabe ancestors knew this for 5,000 plus years. That this is that prophecy coming true. These businesses is a continuance of that prophecy, which means it was predicted that we would be coming together. And when we work together, then we thrive together. So I say in our language, miigwech, as Gina knows how to say that, right, Gina? Okay. But in there is the word miigwe. Everyone say miigwe. That means gift. When you say miigwech, you acknowledge that a gift has been given and received. You, by saying it, become a gift. By being here, by starting these businesses, by relocating your community and your family to this area, you bring your gifts as well. And when we share those gifts, we all benefit. So I say miigwech, kinewea, that's everyone. Kinewea is everyone. And in our language, we don't say goodbye. We say, we will see you again, but we will have to go and sleep first, dream, visit with the ancestors, and then come back. And that's Bamapi. Miigwech.
Thank you, Elder Will, for your sobering words. We do appreciate you gracing us with your presence, and once again emphasizing the importance of community, because we all need to stay together to thrive, not just to survive. So thank you once again, and can we all give him one big round of applause just again? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Next up, we have, I hope I'm allowed to say this, but the big man himself, Mayor Brian Baker. Yes.
Thank you very much, everyone. And Will, I was thinking you should probably, to make it right, you should just do a mic drop. After the words that you shared with this group, very inspirational, and really tough act to follow. Just in the fact that you really captured the moment and the reason we're all here. And it is about welcoming. It's about just starting something so that's new to our community, but so important to everyone in our community. And so I'd just like to say thank you, Miigwech. I'm really pleased to be here today for the grand opening of the Northern Ontario Black Economic Empowerment Program. Today's a really remarkable milestone in Black entrepreneurs and businesses throughout Northern Ontario. Thanks to the funding provided by FedNor, Black entrepreneurs will be granted access to resources that will aid in the growth and expansion of Black businesses in the North. Unfortunately, and we're reminded of this constantly, and I can't imagine being a Black person in Northern Ontario. The systemic racism, the obstacles that many of you would face and feel that you're facing in growing your businesses, despite the contributions that you make to our economy and want to make to our economy. And so, I think the message that Will brought about us working together is really, really important. We've all read the news, and I'm sure everyone here in the room is very familiar with the incidents that were in the newspaper last week. And it reminds us all that that's not what it is to be a Sudburian, to be racist, to be aggressive towards anybody because of their skin color or their culture, or really, when you have the opportunity in today's great world to be anything, and I hope everyone believes that they can be anything, the most important thing is be kind. And it's something that I've always believed in. I was very proud. I'm going to go off script a little bit, but very proud. My father, as I was by his side, he was passing away from cancer. We knew that. I got a phone call from somebody who's down in Toronto, a successful business person, and he said, "I need to speak to your father." And it turned out it was a person he was really the only Black kid in our neighborhood in the 1970s. And I'm telling you, there were not a lot of Black people in Sudbury in the 1970s. And he took him onto the hockey team, treated him like any other kid, and when he needed a summer job, he got him a job in Parks and Recreation. And he didn't feel racism. He felt like he was welcome because that was the example that was set within the community. And that was really, he just wanted to tell my dad and his appreciation for taking that approach. And that was way back in the 1970s. So that's a little bit of how I grew up and how I expect Sudburians to respond as well. So I can tell you that I'm very disappointed when I hear that people are not treated kindly, just say that. And so very important as mayor, I think it's very important that we support BIPOC individuals. I think it's been clear that the success in our community, the amount of people who are interested in supporting other cultures and in learning more about them is so important to many, many Sudburians. Last weekend we had the Japan Festival, and in 2019 it was more like a family reunion, they said. About 30 people showed up. But first time since COVID to have a Japan festival, and people are just vaguely familiar with their culture, and they had over 1,000 people. They were actually overwhelmed, but pleasantly. And it's just very important to be visible, to be out in the community, part of the community, sharing culture, language, music, food, and all of that. And so I've really gone astray, but I would just like to say I'm really proud of everything that we do in Sudbury as a multicultural community. And it is time to close these gaps. Our success depends on people of all different backgrounds to help Greater Sudbury grow, because when you all succeed, we are greater together. And so on behalf of City Council, I just want to thank the Afro-Heritage Association of Sudbury, because since 2005, you've been working to bring change for all community members and share the Afro-Canadian culture and heritage as we continue to build a diverse and welcoming community. So with that, I'll just say merci and miigwech.
Thank you. Good, sir. Thank you. Next up, we have the lovely Madame Viviane Lapointe, MP of Sudbury.
Merci. Thank you. Hello, bonjour, Annie. To start things off, I would like to acknowledge that we are here today on the beautiful lands of the Robinson-Huron Treaty Territory. And I'm so excited to be here today for this special occasion. Just a few months ago, we celebrated the official announcement of FedNor funding of over $1.1 million to support the Northern Ontario Black Economic Empowerment Program. And so I have to tell you, it was just such a pleasure to step in here today, not just to get out of the rain, but to actually see the funding come to fruition. And I want to congratulate Chantae, Charles, the entire board and the team for making this happen today. It's just so exciting. So this was a very strategic investment, and it has enabled the establishment of the Northern Ontario Black Economic Empowerment Program in communities throughout the region. And as Chantae pointed out, this is the one and only in all of Northern Ontario. Le programme permettra de réunir, de concevoir et de fournir un soutien adapté à la culture des entrepreneurs et des propriétaires d'entreprises noires afin de combler les lacunes de l'écosystème de l'entrepreneuriat de la région. I want to congratulate everyone for their exceptional work bringing this program to fruition. Thank you, merci, miigwech.
Thank you, Madame. Next up, we have MPP of Greater Sudbury, Jamie West.
Thank you very much. I think you're just tall enough. Bonjour tout le monde, je m'appelle Jimmy West, je suis le député provincial de Sudbury. J'ai un discours ici, mais ce discours, c'est un peu, j'oublie les mots, c'est boring. Merci, merci. Je pense que je parle un peu en français pour pratiquer le français. Parce que la première fois quand j'ai une rencontre avec une organisation noire dans cette ville comme député, c'est dans 2018. Et à septembre, je suis nouveau député provincial. Et j'ai lu tout mon discours. Mais j'ai fait un premier de la communauté francophone d'apprendre le français. Et maintenant, j'ai fait des erreurs, mais je ne lis pas rien. For those of you who are English, my mom always thinks I speak really well in French. I make a bunch of errors. But I just said that it's a good opportunity to practice speaking in French. Aujourd'hui, c'est une bonne occasion. Parce que ce n'est pas un NOBEEP en français, c'est PANO. Je m'excuse. Parce que PANO, c'était une organisation qui a aidé les petites entreprises, les grandes entreprises noires. Et ça, c'est important dans le nord de l'Ontario. It's important to support NOBEEP and the work that NOBEEP is doing because it's going to be helping small businesses, large businesses, black businesses in Northern Ontario. Comme député, c'est très important pour moi parce que c'est les premières fois et c'est les premières villes de Sudbury, de l'Ontario du Nord. It's important as a MPP that this is happening because it's in our city and it's the first time in Northern Ontario. And I think that's really important. Will often says things that stick in my head. And one of the things he said to me once before, he asked me to come as a firekeeper to help keep the sacred fire. And there were way too many volunteers for me to be there. And I said, I don't want to be a photo op politician. You know, maybe I should go. And Will said, you're always where you need to be. And then that sticks in my head because opportunities like this happen all the time. And so I think of today, so I don't know on the camera if you can see, but I'm soaked from the waist down. It was raining really hard. I was a little bit late because I was hoping it would rain less, and it got harder and harder, and I just walked here and I was soaked. Somewhere in the corner of my coat is soaking your floor. But he also talked today about how water is life. And we're talking about an organization that is going to give life to businesses. And I think in hindsight, pouring rain is the perfect symbolism of an organization like this, and the opportunities it's going to provide to black businesses to be successful. And if it's going to rain this hard, to me, there's a sign of the work and the success that you're going to have for many businesses and the massive success that they're going to have. And so for the rest of the day, as I walk around in wet pants, I'm going to be thinking about this amazing organization and the work they've done. I did bring a scroll. Je sais pas les mots pour scroll. J'ai un scroll législatif pour les organisations, mais peut-être après tous les discours, je veux présenter à la board. Merci beaucoup tout le monde. Miigwech, and thank you.
Thank you, good sir, for also adjusting the mic. For our next speaker, unfortunately, she could not join us, but she is the MPP of Nickel Belt, Gelinas. So in her place, myself and my coworker, Maimouna, will be reading her speech. Hello, bonjour, and welcome everyone to the grand opening of the NOBEEP office. I am so sorry I cannot be here with you this afternoon for this exciting event. The opening of the office means great things for entrepreneurs in Sudbury, Nickel Belt, and all over Northern Ontario. It means a place to gather and meet, a place to share and access resources, a place to network, with an end result to aid in the growth and expansion of businesses.
L'ouverture du bureau signifie de grandes choses pour les entrepreneurs de Sudbury, de Nickel Belt et de tout le nord de l'Ontario. Il s'agit d'un lieu de rassemblement et de rencontre, d'un lieu de partage et d'accès aux ressources, d'un lieu de réseautage dont le résultat final est de favoriser la croissance et l'expansion des entreprises. Thank you so much. Merci beaucoup. Miigwech.
To Madame Gelinas, wherever you are, we thank you for taking the time to actually come in person to deliver this note. So can we all just applaud her once again? Next up, we have a black entrepreneur, Roby Joseph.
Thank you. I'm very nervous when I'm shy, like today. Thank you. And when that happened to me, I lost memory. Do I speak in English or French? OK. Je suis très nerveux. Et puis, je m'excite là quand je suis comme ça. Là. OK? Donc, salut aux gens importants, députés, maires, comité, direction, public présent et public en ligne. Donc, it's a very important day today. And I was choosing to be here because I'm some kind of model of what gonna happen, you know. I'm a businessman, I have a business, I have a restaurant that I'm running in Sudbury, It's called Cuisine Tropical. Food is good. Basically, a couple years ago, we were sitting around a table, me and other community members, leader, and at Carrefour Francophone. We were there because we were asked to brainstorm about how to help immigration ministry to bring more immigrants in Sudbury because they want to, upgrade the population, more people to come. And we were here, what should we do? And then, okay, we should have some program to help people prepare resume. Hello? That lady, she worked with me so many times trying to help me find a job, but I still can't because I was born an entrepreneur. I don't have that in me to, go on YouTube, go on internet, find a word, and then sit in front of an employer and then tell him what is, willing to listen. Oh, you hired because you said the good word. No, I'm not like that. So I was here at that meeting because I have a message. I had a message. The message was, yeah, it's good to bring more people from our, from us in Sudbury. But are we gonna bring them to live the same poverty, looking for a job, being, judged from head to toe because they are different? If it's that, the mission count not on me. Why don't we empower us? So from being employee to being employer. So we could employ our own, And when somebody comes to my restaurant, you have no idea about. One day I have to meet all of you and then to tell you that restaurant story. Because people might think, Roby wanted to have a business. I'm a welder, I do construction, I do electricity, mechanic, I do mine, I do civil engineering, I'm a social worker. There's so many places I can work for people. Why am I in the kitchen now cooking? I don't know, I didn't choose it. It just come. It's a long story. But the idea of I had to renovate the space myself because for me it was about love and respect. This is why when people go to my restaurant, there's no rich thing, They say, wow, clean, neat, nice color. Even when I'm preparing the food, when I'm packing a food, love and respect. So, yes, I'm in business, and I wanted to start because I've been telling people, we can build business, we can do business. And then my partner said, Roby, you are broke. You're going to build business with what? I said, you know what? With nothing. How? Because people never had, how to build a business with nothing. I did it twice. This is the second time. Back home, I built a school. After 4 years, I had 400 students with about $300,000 equipment. I started with $50 to print a business card to tell people I'm in business. Because once you have business in mind, you're already starting. So when I was renovating the place, I wanted, in my mind, I said, okay, you know what? When people, my people, sorry for the word, you understand when I say my people, they come here, they would not think they've been treating bad because of. You know, they weren't served well because of. I want them to feel they come to a place, they come home, and this is what's happening. But that thing we started to think about, you know, creating business instead of, you know, looking for a job, we didn't do much work. Those people speed up and they create NOBEEP. And they found that exactly we need. Because when I say we can start a business without money, that means that doesn't mean I'm gonna go, you know, without money. We need money. Actually, I'm stuck. I sleep 3 weeks a month. The last 2 weeks I can sleep. Because I'm thinking at the end of the month I have to pay the rent, I have to pay the bill, I have to pay this, I have to pay that. And when I'm comparing the numbers, they're scary. I need help. We need help. So what kind of help we need? We need money. And thank you. Thank you. But I have to say it. Money come all the time, but not all the time money do what they have to do. This is why I know, I feel it. That amount of money is just a test to see. There's a big book, we know about it, I'm not gonna say which book, that say, if you're faithful with small things, they're gonna trust you with big. That's not gonna happen. This is what's gonna happen. I hope in next 2 or 4 years when we go in a bigger place and we're gonna say, oh, we received 350 million. Because of your public fund management skills. Amen. Oh, you are okay. Thank you so much. I'm done.
Roby, for a shy individual, you do talk a lot. But we appreciate the fact that you were able to master the confidence to keep going. Thank you. Thank you. Once again. Whew, that was a lot. Next up, we have the wonderful Tonye Iti-Oriaki. Hopefully I pronounced your name correctly.
Good afternoon, everyone. So he introduced me properly, actually, which is strange. He pronounced my name even better than I can. So good afternoon. You're all welcome here. All protocols duly observed this afternoon. So I was looking at the agenda for today, and they put entrepreneur beside my name, and I laughed because I do not consider myself an entrepreneur in the strict sense of the word. I mostly birth ideas. That is what I do. That is my person. Ideas that help the community, my own community as well, the Black community. And so I founded the KX Radio. It's the only Afrobeat radio in Northern Ontario, if I say so myself. And I came here like totally not prepared for this speech, but I'm gonna give it anyways. But anyway, I am so happy about this Northern Ontario Black Entrepreneurs Empowerment Program, because for a long time, for most of us that have lived in Sudbury for a long time, you find that there are no Black businesses thriving. And even when some Black businesses start up, you always find a year, 2, they shut down. I mean, I've seen at least 2 that were on, I think, Beach Street or so. You know, they always shut down. And I keep wondering what's happening, you know, why is this, you know? And I think it is because black business owners do not have mentors. They do not have places like this, programs that will take them from start to finish. You know, starting a business, managing it, ensuring that finances are managed effectively. So it is a great thing that the government looked our way and decided to $1.1 million, which is a start, Roby. Like you said, 350 million. I'm sure we're going to get there. But yeah, I just want to thank the Charles and Chantae, first of all, for creating the program, applying for the grants. In the first place, that's a big, great idea, and I'm happy that we have this here now. So there's no excuse anymore for people who want to start businesses. I know I talk to a lot of people, and you hear, oh, I want to start this, I want to start that. Problem, finances, money, mentor, ideas, things like that. So there is no excuse now for anyone who's going to start a business here. Or if you already have a business, if you're trying to scale up your business, this is the place to be. You can come in here and talk to any of the workers here. I intend to do that myself as well because, like I said, I'm not an entrepreneur. I have no idea about business. So I will be here coming to seek your guidance as well. So I will end there. I'm not a big talker, so I will end there and just say thank you, Miigwech, and for the program.
Thank you, Tonye. Although you weren't prepared, that was a very good speech. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Next up, we have an individual that I like to call Big Charles. Big Charles. He is the interim executive director of the NOBEEP program, and I consider him my mentor. And every moment I spend with Charles, there is just a wealth of information and wisdom from him. So I am honored and privileged to welcome this big man himself to the stage. Welcome, Charles.
Wow, wow, look at you. You know what, look, you are all beautiful people. And the reason I say that is first of all, because you are, but more importantly, you know what, you're here to share who you are with others. So that's really an amazing thing. I was in Montreal this morning, and I thought Air Canada would not cancel the flight from Toronto to Sudbury, and they did. So I rented a car, couldn't get a one-way rental, and drove here watching my GPS to make sure I would get here on time. And you know what, when you go above 120 all the time, you know, you do get here on time. So I'm here now, so I'm glad. Okay, so my name is Charles Nyabeze, and I'm originally from Zimbabwe, if you're wondering about my accent. I've been in Sudbury since 1991, so I'm gonna age myself. So some of you are not born yet, some of you, very few of you maybe. And you know what, when I came to Sudbury, you know, the black population was very, 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 very low. And I was extremely popular, you know, because I was so visible. But what I wanna get at is that the number of black businesses in this town has actually exploded over time. And what Tonye said is so true. You know, some come and then they, you know, you see them 1 or 2 years and then they disappear, right? I've been a part of the Afro-Heritage Association for a few years. I used to be the president of it as well. And one of the things that we had as a vision was to find a place of our own. In fact, one of our board members, Malcolm, who's not here with us today, there's Malcolm right there. Malcolm really sort of said to Chantae and I one day, we need our own place. We need our own place. And that vision stuck in my head, and here we are. We've got a place we can call home, a place where we can gather our strengths, a place where we can be visible, a place where we can, you know, invite people to come in and learn lessons that they would otherwise not know about. The NOBEEP program is a 3-year program, and it is going to service Northern Ontario, which means that we are going to be talking to people in Timmins, in Thunder Bay, in Sault Ste. Marie, in North Bay, and all the places in between. So we have a huge territory to service. Over the last 30 days, like literally the last 30 days, we've onboarded our core staff team, our core staff. And over the last 30 days, they have been hyper-focused on bringing us to this junction point. Effective today and moving forward, today we're launching our website. So for those of you who want to go on NOBEEP.ca, you can actually go and see our website. And our website is our gateway. So if you want to do business with NOBEEP, you need to go through our website because there's an intake form there for you to come in the door. There are 5 types of people that we want to work with at NOBEEP. Number 1, we want to work with mentors. And I think Tonye mentioned mentors. Charles also mentioned mentors. He mentioned me as a mentor. I'm like, okay. At your own risk. Okay. But certainly, I think I do have some things to share, yes. So mentors are one group that we're inviting to NOBEEP. Mentors are going to be confidential. And they're also going to be people who are willing to sort of show themselves publicly as mentors as well. We think mentors are important because wisdom is the principal thing. So we do want people to share their wisdom so that we can empower the black entrepreneurs who are coming in. The second group of people we're looking for are people we call volunteers. So if you want to volunteer for NOBEEP, please come to our website, come to our door, sign up to be a volunteer for NOBEEP. There's going to be many different activities we'll be holding over the last 3 years that are going to take advantage of those volunteers. The third group of people we're looking to work with are what we call partners. Partners are people that we're going to leverage their existing assets, their capabilities, to advance the black businesses that we have identified here in Northern Ontario. We are not looking to reinvent the wheel. We're looking to leverage the existing assets that the provincial government, the federal government, and the municipal government is invested in. So we're looking to do that. So we're not looking to do any duplication of any services. The fourth group of people we're looking to work with are sponsors. These are people who are going to help us to fund the NOBEEP initiatives that are not currently funded by any government, or that things that we're envisioning to do that may need us to have additional income in our pockets. And some of those things include like the NOBEEP fund, where we are looking to be able to give out micro grants in the future with our own fund. The fifth group of people, the most important group of people, are going to be our clients. Our clients are people that we're going to intake into NOBEEP. Roby, we're going to intake into our NOBEEP. Tonye, we're going to intake you into our NOBEEP program. And when we intake you into our program, we'll ask you a few questions about your business, about who you are. We'll put you through an assessment process to really understand where your strengths are and where your gaps are. And once we identify where your gaps are, we're going to look at Northern Ontario and ask ourselves the question, who in Northern Ontario is best equipped to help this entrepreneur move to the next level? So this is how we're going to run our program. It's going to be intake-based, and we'll work this way. The one other thing I wanted to mention is that nothing happens without a team. And I want to just call the NOBEEP team to come up here and just be recognized. So first person I want to call upon is Gina. Gina, who's our office manager, program manager. Gina, come on up. And Gina, you stand right there. Okay, next, we want to call Maimouna Sangare. Maimouna is our resident French teacher as well. One thing I've said to Charles is, because Charles is learning French, I said, Charles, every single day Maimouna is going to teach you a word. By the end of the year, you'll know 365 words. That's a lot, right? So, and Maimouna is going to be our translator as well. So everything we do is going to be translated. Next, I want to call upon Charles, who's been our MC. Charles, come on up. And Charles is our program coordinator. And as you can tell, Charles and I share one thing in common, which is this wonderful name that we borrow from the English, I think. But certainly, we're both better looking than Prince Charles. Definitely. So who we are looking at here is our core team at NOBEEP. These are the people that are going to take this seed that has been given to us by Canada, by Turtle Island, by Canada. This seed, we want to multiply this. We want to plant it solid in the ground, in good ground, and grow it across Northern Ontario. So you're looking at the initial team. We're going to add more people as we gather more strength. And want to leave it at that and welcome you now to get into the networking part of the event. I don't know if you want to say a few more closing words, but I'm really happy that you're here and looking forward to working with all of you. Thank you for coming to our guests. Thank you, Jamie, Mayor Bigger, Viviane, Will. Thank you, Roby and Tonye and Chantae for speaking, and looking forward to working with everybody.
thank you, everyone, for once again gracing us with your presence. As Africans, after every event, there's food. It's not a lot, but it's just to show our appreciation for all of you coming here on your lunch breaks to join us to launch this momentous event. So once again, thank you, and give yourself a round of applause. Mingle, enjoy yourselves, and refreshments can be located that way. Thank you so much. Have yourself a wonderful, wonderful day. Absolutely, absolutely.